No, this is not a small entrance of the station in Paris. We are in Lausanne, but we're going in Paris, and the weather is a little bit capricious here. It's rainy, and it says that Paris has a better weather, so we're going for a good weekend. Famous Swiss cuckoo. We even find them in the station of Lausanne. And of course, if you want to buy some chocolates to bring, some candies, like in every station, you may do so. Ready to go to Paris. Oh, the TGV is leaving. TGV is leaving without me. Wow, I missed my train for Paris. It's a very small station compared to the Gare de Lyon where we will arrive. So that's small country, small station going to big city, big France. It's funny to think that the station of Lausanne is quite small, but it was one of the central stations in Europe when we had the Oriental Express. Was coming from London to Istanbul and was going through Lausanne, and in every map it was written Lausanne. It was written London, Paris, Vienna, Istanbul of course, and Lausanne. So Lausanne was sort of the center of the world. This was the Café de la Gare in Lausanne. It dates from the time Lausanne was the central station in Europe. So let's find my place. It's coach number 18. Okay, so we've got, I have the place number 51. I chose to take the train from Lausanne to Paris because it's shorter than taking the plane from Geneva. Actually, it makes no sense when you live in Lausanne to take the plane to go to Paris. It's longer than taking the train. The train is straight from Lausanne with 2 stops, I think, one in Geneva and one in Bellegarde, and then you're in Paris in 3.5 hours. Usually you have a nice view when you're in the TGV or in the train, and today, because it's a gray January, you don't see much. Plus, it's full booked with people, children crying. Could be the same in the plane, so anyway, it's not always a pleasant journey. Finally, I arrived in Paris after a trip in train. It was, let's say, okay. First images of Paris at la Gare de Lyon that we can see here. Paris is always Paris. It's always nice. You will see if you come to Paris. Taxis are coming in la Gare de Lyon, and I show you the line. Half an hour from this point. So I wish bikes were free. It would be better than staying in line for a taxi. The interior of La Galerie Lafayette is beautiful. I'm always impressed by this
beautiful Art Nouveau glass dome. And can you imagine people making this kind of mall nowadays? It would not happen. Too much time to build. They just make concrete, brute concrete, and that's it.
Oh, there's a small bridge. You can go on it and see the nice dome. That's the line to go for the bridge. No way, I don't make the line to go see there. Huh. I'm on the top of Galerie Lafayette and we can see the opera just here and down. The nice lights of Paris. And there we can see the Eiffel Tower, but I think they have some new restriction in Paris and buildings should not be taller than 250 meters, so that's why they cut the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Well, if the Eiffel Tower would have really been chopped off, at least somebody would have been very pleased. It's Guy de Maupassant, the famous French writer at the end of the 19th century. He was hating the Eiffel Tower. He was calling it the Iron Monstrosity. And funny things, because of that, he was often going to eat inside the Eiffel Tower, and he was saying that it was the only place in Paris where he was not obliged to look at this monstrosity.
It's called the Tour Eiffel and it's beautiful.
Since I'm in Paris, let's eat like French people, oysters and snails, just missing frog legs.
Some people are running and I'm going Place de l'Opéra to find a taxi close to my hotel and I will go to the reason why I came to Paris. Bonjour, vous pouvez m'amener porte de Versailles? Oui, merci. This is the Ritz on Place Vendôme.
The Opéra de Paris is in the center of the city, so I was lucky during my taxi ride early in the morning to pass in front of some of the city's most beautiful buildings.
The Eiffel Tower in the back. This is the House of Parliament in front. Le Petit Palais. Bridge Alexander III.
My destination, Porte de Versailles, is at the other side of Paris.
This is the reason why I came to Paris, for le Salon de l'Escalade. So, we'll go in and I will show you a little bit.
The Salon de l'Escalade is an annual event held in Paris that brings together the entirely vertically sector, climbing, mountain sport and related activities. It gathers specialized exhibitors, like manufacturers, distributors, clubs, and visitors from various backgrounds, whether they are professional, athlete, amateurs or simply enthusiasts. The army and firemen have their stand as well.
Hello.
Hi Anthony, we're in Climb Along.
So basically, if I can show you the product, so this is the first time we showcase our product. So it's a kit for climbing gyms. We have 2 cameras, 1 computer processing the video feed locally. So we install the cameras on the climbing gyms walls and we analyze the activity in the gyms. So basically we collect data, we detect climbers and holds, and we collect the number of tops, the number of attempts, things like that, all the activity in the gym. And then we have created a route setter platform for route setting. We overlay it with objective and exhaustive data.
Which brand are you working for?
I'm working from Samaya.
Samaya. Can you make a small demonstration of your products?
Yeah, sure. So yes, Samaya is a French brand based in the Hearth of the Alps in Annecy, and we are on the market since 2020. We started with tents, so ultralight tents for mountaineering, and now we are doing also backpacks for the same use. So high mountain is really in our DNA, and we are working on the ultralight and technical product for technical ascent.
Which alpinists are you working with?
We are working with several alpinists all around the world, with French people like Léo Billon from Groupe Militaire de Haute Montagne, or Colin Haley in the US, for example. But we have like a big group of athletes who love to work with our products due to the technicality and the lightness of them.
I had a very pleasant visit at the Salon de l'Escalade and met some very interesting people. Climbs Along technology looks promising, and Samaya will be lending us some tents and small equipments to test for the Patagonia expedition that JASA is organizing next month. I still have few hours left before catching my TGV for Lausanne. French-speaking people often make fun of Parisians for their arrogance, their smug accent, and the fact that they are never happy. Stereotypes aside, I found the people in the street to be rather calm and friendly. Anyway, the architecture of the district around the Louvre is still magnificent, even on a grey day, and can't help but bringing you a smile on your face. For me, the real curse isn't Parisian, but the number of tourists. I know, I'm one of them too, but I prefer places or times of the day when there are only few or none of my kind. That's why I think certain regions in the mountain or vast steppes are so interesting. I just give you a tip. If you come like me on a grey weekend in Paris, don't do like me, don't come during the day to walk here in the Louvre district. Come in the night, because when it's lit up, it's truly magnificent. Indeed, there are fewer people in the courtyard of the Palais Royal. However, I never quite understood why the burned columns of the courtyard are so popular site for taking photos that will end up on Instagram. The Palais Royal is a monumental ensemble of palace, garden, galleries and theatre. You can see on the left side the famous French comedy. The main mansion of La Comédie Française should elevate your mind and spirits.
There I am, Gare de Lyon again. I'm going to take my train back to Lausanne. I had just 2 days in Paris, didn't have time to make some tourism, just went to this Salon de l'Escalade where I met some people, and we may have some collaboration with our projects with JASA. And that's it. Perhaps what I can say about this trip in Paris is that January is not the best month to come to visit the city because it's cold, it's a little bit grey, at least this weekend was grey, and no leaves on the trees. It's an amazing city anyway, and it's worth to come often.